Good evening. My name is Professor Mofeda Mohammed. I'm the head of the Department of Archaeology, Faculty of Arts and Sciences at the University of Sabratha. This presentation is titled The Role the Department of Archaeology at Libyan Universities has in protecting the cultural heritage. We all know that Libya is a land of ancient civilizations, where different cultures flourished and thrived. However, the time of war and chaos that Libya has been in since 2011 has had its negative impacts on cultural heritage, from looting, thievery, and pollution. The political division also played a role. Matters got worse after 5 Libyan cities were placed on the UNESCO list of dangerous places. An important point I'd like to talk about is the role of the university professor. They shouldn't be limited to inside the lecture hall only, but should expand to the outside as well. This presentation covers 4 topics. The first talks about Libya being a land of ancient civilizations, its history, and its archaeological sites. The second talks about teaching strategies at the Department of Archaeology, and it focusing on preservation, restoration, and maintenance. The third talks about the Suitcase Museum, considering it's a new program for Libya. The fourth talks about the different activities the department has been conducting. A map of Libya is shown on the slide. We notice historical diversity, like the Caucasus Mountains south. There are plenty of archaeological sites like Mofeda and others that date back to Greek civilizations north. Remains of Roman, Islamic, and Jewish civilizations are also shown on these sites. There's a connection between cultural heritage and Libyan tradition. History obviously plays a big impact on the creation of the country. Libya is a land of many ancient civilizations, including the Greeks, the Romans, and the Byzantines. Because of that, Libya has many factors that make it different from other countries. In this slide, I emphasize some of the dangers towards Libyan archaeological sites. These include armed forces being close to the site due to war, some artifacts being exposed to thievery, and many others. The 5 cities most known for tradition in Libya are shown on this slide. They are Sereni, Sabratha, Damas, Leptis Magna, and Akakus. The goals we'd like to accomplish include strengthening initiative and attitude towards cultural heritage and archaeology, planting Libyan pride and identity in the people, making these archaeological sites a source of income for the next generations, as their chances of making Libya a worldwide tourism destination are much bigger than ours, and reminding the people that what happens to cultural heritage can't be taken back. As for teaching methods, I believe we should teach smaller groups, have lectures both inside the halls and at the archaeological sites, use presentations, and introduce the Suitcase Museum. Organising field trips to archaeological sites and encouraging the students to participate in any event the university conducts will also help protect cultural heritage. One of the teaching methods is the Suitcase Museum. The suitcase contained a group of collectibles, some authentics, others copies. Examples include ancient coins, amphoras, lamps, and plenty others. The suitcase makes it easier for the student to grasp the information. In the picture, the inside of one of the lecture halls at the University of Sabratha is shown. It shows a student observing a model of a dinosaur, as the lecture was about prehistoric eras in Libya. We've noticed that with the Suitcase Museum, students were much more interested, so it's safe to say that it was a successful teaching method. One of the methods we use for protecting cultural heritage is conducting seminars about the topic. The targeted group isn't just limited to archaeologists and archaeology students, so we tried to have people from all backgrounds attend, as it's important that everyone knows how to protect the cultural heritage in the country. During the seminars, brochures were given out and presentations were presented. This picture shows a meeting on the National Day of Tourism, September 27th. By invitation of the Committee of Tourism, we presented about the role of the Department of Archaeology in Libyan universities in protecting our cultural heritage. There's an important connection between tourism and archaeology. The department tries to present to graduated students the importance of maintaining archaeological sites, as they are an important income for the economy. This slide shows the importance of graduating students at the archaeological sites to the department, as the place holds a special part in their hearts. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that this year due to the coronavirus outbreak. One of the things the Department of Archaeology in Sabratha does is add departments of archaeology to other universities, like the University of Libyan and the University of Shfara. We conduct excavations at the archaeological sites each year in March, in which we exchange knowledge and methods. One of the activities the department conducts are awareness campaigns in schools in Sabratha. On these visits, we present slideshows on the archaeological wonders in Libya in general, and ones on Sabratha. The Suitcase Museum joins us on these trips, and by using it, we've noticed that the pupils have become much more interested as they looked at Roman coins, lamps, and other artifacts, as well as the brochures the suitcase included. On these trips, we were joined by the students of the department as well as the professors, as we need to give the students a feeling of responsibility towards our cultural heritage. This picture was taken when we were joined by Mr. Mohammed on one of the awareness campaigns at the schools. This slide shows us presenting a lecture, joined by the Suitcase Museum, on cultural heritage and how to protect it. We noticed that the lecture was enjoyed by the people attending, who were the tourism police. One of the activities is conducting workshops on archaeology. The first part is continuing what the students learn about, with lectures that demonstrate preservation and restoration. We took the students to the Church of Justinian in Sabratha to teach them how to restore mosaics. From this, the students gained profession in preservation. The second part was creating workshops, like the ones by the organization ASOR. Lectures were given on excavations. Students were also able to clear up spaces from harmful weeds. They were congratulated after the 3-day workshop. This picture from the workshop shows the process of restoring amphoras. This slide shows the process of the restoration of a wall with the help of students. This slide shows one of the days from the workshop, and it points out that the Libyan woman is able to become a university professor and a leader. In this picture, I'd like to point out that the targeted audience of the workshop were not just the students, but previous graduated classes, scouts, and the university professors from Faculty of Arts. We have participated in some activities that have been conducted by the Union of the Libyan World Heritage Site Municipalities. This municipality is one of the Libyan civil societies that was established after Libyan 5 World Heritage Sites were listed in the Sites Endangered list by UNESCO. Participation in the traditional Libyan dress day is very important to the Department of Archaeology in the University of Sabratha. This day falls on the 13th of March every year, and we have the celebrations on the Roman stage, and participants wear traditional clothes. Although the coronavirus stopped most activities, we still had lectures online to spread the protection of cultural heritage. We presented lectures by an invitation from the National Organization of Tourism in Iraq. We presented about the Libyan experiences in protecting the cultural heritage for the Union of the 5 World Heritage Sites Municipalities and the Suitcase Museum. This shows our participation in the Conference for Arab Women in Iraq. Our presentation was titled "The Role of Libyan Women in Protecting Our Cultural Heritage." We spoke about the activities of the Department of Archaeology at the University of Sabratha has been doing, and about the Suitcase Museum. This picture shows the collection of the graduating students' works. This year was a bit different due to the corona outspread, so we couldn't have the graduation at the archaeological sites like previous years. In conclusion, the Department of Archaeology wants to provide lectures and workshops on preservation and restoration and protects the cultural heritage, as it can provide income for our country due to tourism. Thank you all for listening. My name is Professor Mofeda Mohammed. Goodbye.